Good morning, second grade. Today is June 2nd, 2020. So yesterday, you guys read The Legend of Neon, and also you worked on character traits. And so today, we are going to read a book called On the Roof, okay, written by Anthony Curran. And we're also going to be working on setting, okay? So let's get started. Okay, for our standard today, it is 2RL 2.7. And our I can statement is I can read to gain from the illustration and words in a text in order to demonstrate understanding of its setting. So here is our anchor chart that you'll find in our slides for today's lesson. So setting we know is where a story takes place, but we can break that up a little bit further to think about actual time, of course, the place and the environment. So when was it morning, afternoon, night? We know how to tell time. So what exactly was the time? Place, where exactly? Was it your house? Was it the school? Was it the park? Environment. What did the environment look like? What was the environment felt like? Was it breezy? Was it dark? Was it hot? Was it rainy? Those are all adjectives that you could use to describe where you are in the setting or to describe a setting. Now, I want you to now take a moment and think about a favorite activity you like to do in the house. Okay, you got the activity? Now think, what are some places in the house that you might want to do this fun activity? What time of day do you do it? How is the environment once you are playing this activity? Okay? Now that you thought about an activity that you love to play in the house, I want you now to think about doing that activity, but instead of doing it in the house, think about doing it on top of a roof. So, as you've seen in the first picture, either on your slide or in the beginning of this video, there is a young boy and a young girl who's on top of a roof looking over their town. So, you may be wondering, what are these two people doing on the roof? What are they looking for? How could you do activities on a roof? So some people may have a garden on their roof and they may go to garden. Some people may actually golf on their roof with other friends. Some people might even do yoga, where they love to see the sights and enjoy relaxation at the same time. So when reading the story today that you will read on your own, you're going to be able to learn about some activities that they do on their roof. So when reading today, you want to make sure that you make connections between what you already know and new information, connecting your prior knowledge. So for instance, Ms. Richardson has been on the roof before and has done activities such as sightsee. So now I can make connections between what I experienced when I was on a roof compared to the characters. And how were they different? How was it the same? And although your connection may not be as similar as Miss Richardson's, but I want you to think about something that you already know about roofs so that you can make your connection. Now, going over some vocabulary quickly. So we know the word here up here says eat. And often we see this word in books that we read, and it's important that we must memorize this word and spelling, and of course the meaning. So we know eat is to put food into mouth and have the chewing motion and to swallow it, right? So moving on to the words to know. So apartment is a room or set of rooms rented as a home. So we may be familiar with what an apartment is. Most of the time it's in a big building and there's multiple floors and multiple people live in the apartment where it's full with maybe one room or a set of rooms, maybe 2-3 rooms with also a kitchen, bathroom, and people live there, which some of us are familiar with. A bridge, a structure that allows people and vehicles to cross over a open space. So a lot of our educators uses a bridge to get over to Albany when they're coming from different places in the area. Our next vocabulary word is domino, which is basically a game. And if you see on my screen here, these are domino pieces where people line up and their goal is to get rid of all their pieces. The next vocabulary word is going to be guess, which is when someone invites you either to your home or to a function that is organized by another person. So you are the person that didn't put it together, but you are the person who is showing up. So that's what a guest is. Now, Harlem is another important vocabulary word to know because that is one of the settings in the story. Okay, so Harlem is actually a district that is a part of Manhattan. And just like Sonia Sotomayor, she was from the Bronx, was a borough, which was a borough in New York City. Today, our setting is going to be in Harlem, which is a part of the Manhattan borough. Identify, going on to our academic vocabulary. So that's to set qualities and beliefs that make one person or group different from others. So when I identify with being funny, all the people that I know that are funny, I can identify with them because that is a quality or character trait that I know that I can identify with. We both are funny. So, just a reminder, a noun is a person, place, or thing and is a part of speech. So we know if we read a sentence that says anything about a boy and the boy goes to the store and he has a lollipop in his hand, we know that those are all nouns. Boy, lollipop, store. Also, another reminder is our short O sound. What does our O sound like when it's short? If you said ah, you are correct. O, octopus, ah. So, for instance, the word hop. P. That O is short in the word hop. So, the O doesn't say its name. The O says ah, which makes the vowel short. Now that we went over all the expectations when reading, some making sure that we make connections, as well as going over vocabulary and making sure we fully understand what setting is and using that today in our lesson. It is now for you, yes, you, to go read the story on the roof all by yourself, just like you did yesterday. We believe in you. We know you're going to be great. So make sure you take your sweet time. There is no rush. There is no hurry. See you at the slide, second grade.